सदन की कार्यवाही को आगे बढ़ाते हैं। ऑनरेबल मेंबर्स, टुडे द वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन बिल will be tabled by the honorable minister. So a total of almost 1 hour discussion time has been allotted for the same. So I may now request the honorable minister e-Governance governance Shri Nitesh Shetty ji kindly introduce the bill.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to introduce the bill.
Okay. The question is that the bill be introduced in the House. All those members in the favor may say aye.
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 All those members, all those members against may say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it, and the bill is introduced. Honorable Minister Shri Nitesh Shetty, you may speak.
Can I start, sir?
Yes.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I rise today to introduce the Constitution 129th Amendment Bill 2024, the One Nation, One Election Bill. The objective of this bill is to restore a system that India successfully followed during the general elections of 1922 and 67. Lok Sabha and most of the state legislative assemblies were held simultaneously. This electoral cycle was later disrupted due to premature dissolution of certain state assemblies. To introduce new Article 82A in the Constitution to provide for simultaneous election to the Lok Sabha and the state legislative assemblies. It also proposed amendment to Article 83, 172, and 327 to create a uniform electoral cycle across the country. One of the most important provisions of this bill is that if the Lok Sabha or the state legislative assembly is dissolved before completing its full term, fresh election will be held. However, the new elected house or assembly will serve only for the remaining period of the original term, after which elections will once again be held simultaneously with the rest of the country. This ensures that the synchronization of election cycle remains intact. Honorable Speaker, sir, frequent election lead to repeated repeated enforcement of Model Code of Conduct, increase public expenditure, divert administrative machinery, and slow down the development projects. Simultaneous election will reduce this disruption, save public resources, and allow the government to focus more consistently on governance and development. These are among the key reasons stated in the bill statements and objectives and resources. Honorable Speaker, sir, some may oppose this bill for political reason, but the nation cannot remain in a continuous election mode at the cost of the governance and development. This reform is not for about a political party. This reform is for about the benefiting the people of India. If we truly believe in efficiency, governance, fiscal responsibility, and uninterrupted development, then we must also have the courage to support the meaningful electoral reform. The people of this country expect us to govern, not to remain in election mode through the year. Therefore, I urge this House raise above the party politics, think in the interest of the nation, and pass the Constitution 129th Amendment Bill 2024, One Nation, One Election. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Samviधान.
धन्यवाद माननीय मंत्री जी। धन्यवाद जी। सदन की कार्यवाही को अब हम आगे बढ़ाएंगे। माननीय सदस्य अनिष्का सैनी।
Yes, sir. Sir, माननीय the member who spoke right now, sir, उन्होंने mention किया कि it is a one time investment जो EVMs के लिए हम invest करते हैं। तो मैं ये बताना चाहती हूँ कि जो post implementation होता, अगर आप एक time भी invest करोगे तो ECI machines और जो भी the EVM machines जो आप मतलब रख रहे हो, उनके recurring cost 10,000 crore हो सकती है every 15 years। अगर कुछ replacement है, कुछ problems है, अगर अगर ऐसा कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगे तो तभी बहुत और खर्चा भी हो सकता है। ये बताना चाहती थी।
थैंक यू लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन। सदन की कार्यवाही को आगे बढ़ाएंगे। ऑनरेबल मेंबर न्यासा रंजन सिंह।
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir, for giving me the opportunity to speak in this historic session of the Parliament. I would continue with my speech in the count of 3, 2, 1. Honorable Speaker, sir, I would like to highlight former Chief Election Commissioner S.Y. Qureshi words who rightly observe that elections are polarizing events which have accentuated casteism, communalism, corruption, and crony capitalism. If the country is perpetually on election mode, there is no respite from these evils. Thereby, holding simultaneous elections would certainly help in this context. With this historical book, I rise today to advocate for the passing of 129th Constitutional Amendment Bill. Honorable Sir, my learned opposition members may criticize this bill for contravening the basic structure of the Constitution, but I beg to differ, but with substance. Citing I.R. Kohile versus State of Tamil Nadu, Honorable Supreme Court categorically mentioned that only the destruction of the core constitutional principles amounts to such violation. This bill that we are tabling today does not alter the essence of democracy, that is, the free and fair elections, universal adult suffrage, and periodic accountability remain intact. Moving on federalism, let me clarify, Honorable Speaker, sir. India is a quasi-federal constitution with a very strong unitary bias, and we are having not a classical federation, unlike United States, US. Thus, we do not manifest Indian federalism in a strict sense. In a sense, synchronization of election does not dilute federalism; it only strengthens the governance. To conclude, I would cite a line from Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice, which was also referred by the Honorable Supreme Court in Charan Lal Sahu versus Union of India, and I quote, "To do a great right, after all, is a permissible, sometimes with a little wrong." I quote, "To do a great right, after all, is sometimes permissible with a little wrong." So the emphasis here is that something done in greater national interest may appear to some as not right. Those who are against the idea of holding simultaneous elections will tend to look at it from a very bleak perspective and will put to the forefront its disadvantages only. However, if the idea is
Thank you,
looked at
Honorable Member. Please conclude.
indeed, from broader perspective, it will see it is for a larger public good and welfare of the country. Honorable Speaker, sir, I can see my time is getting exhausted. I will just request for 10 seconds extension and not more than that.
Okay, please
Honorable
conclude.
Speaker, sir, I would like to request with the learned opposition members with joint hands, and also to my dearest and respected private members, that please, we need your support for this bill today. When I say we do not stand for the ruling party. Your we is the voice of the people of India. We, the people of India, needs your vote for this one nation, one election.
Thank you, Honorable.
नाम दूंगी, जय हिंद, जय भारत, जय संविधान. धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद. ऑनरेबल मेंबर प्रज्ञा बंसल, कृपया अपनी बात सदन के समक्ष रखिए. ऑनरेबल मेंबर प्रज्ञा बंसल.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir. I would like to emphasize my words about the topic One Nation, One Election. What is One Nation, One Election? If I say in simpler words, it means चुनाव कम काम ज्यादा. हम कुर्सी के लिए नहीं लड़ने की सोच रहे एक बिल के तहत, बल्कि हमारा सिर्फ एक मेन गोल है कि जो पॉलिसीज है उन पर काम किया जाए, ना कि चुनाव कौन लड़ेगा, किस पार्टी को जीतना है, कौन किसकी सरकार आएगी. इस पर से फोकस हटाकर कि क्या पॉलिसीज हमारे देश के लिए सही है, क्या काम हमारे देश में अभी तक जो काम नहीं हो पाया, जो काम में रुकावटें हैं, क्यों नहीं हो पा रहा वो काम. ये बार बार जबरदस्ती इलेक्शंस जो हो रहे हैं हर स्टेट में, कभी ये वहां चुनाव हो रहे हैं इसलिए ये काम यहाँ नहीं हो सकता, वहां चुनाव हो रहे हैं इसलिए आप यहाँ काम नहीं करा सकते. इन चीजों को मद्देनजर रखते हुए हमारे देश की जो भी व्यवस्था है उसको सही करने का एक ही यह उपाय है, वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन. एक परफेक्ट एग्जांपल मैं यहाँ प्रस्तुत करना चाहूंगी. 2017 में विवेक देबरॉय और किशोर देसाई की रिपोर्ट आई थी. दीज आर टू इकोनॉमिस्ट. दे आर गिविंग दिस रिपोर्ट कि एक साल हो गया लोकसभा इलेक्शंस के 6 महीने और 2 महीने स्टेट इलेक्शंस के, जो कि महाराष्ट्र कर्नाटका में हुए थे. तो इससे साल भर जो है स्टेट के अंदर इलेक्शंस के कारण पॉलिसी सही से इम्प्लीमेंट ही नहीं हो पाई. Apart from the time, I would also like to talk about the procedure in which the elections are taken. Campaigning, polling, governance paralysis, ये सब सिर्फ पॉलिसीज में रुकावट लेकर आते हैं और हमारी जो है सरकार बनते ही रह जाती है और पॉलिसीज वो सही से ला ही नहीं पाती. 2019 में 60,000 करोड़ स्पेंडिंग हुए सिर्फ लोकसभा इलेक्शन के कैंपेनिंग, पोलिंग और एक्स्ट्रा एक्सपेंसेस में. These are administration hurdles which are needed to be treated in order so that we are bringing this bill, One Nation, One Election. And talking about the opposition claims, I've been studying this while through this bill. So through this bill, synchronization of Lok Sabha election and state assembly elections, and after that उसी के अंदर 100 days में म्यूनिसिपैलिटी इलेक्शन एंड लोकल लेवल इलेक्शंस जो है वो कवर किए जाएंगे. इससे ये होगा पूरे देश की जो रीजनल वॉइसेस है वो भी इसके अंदर इंक्लूड हो पाएंगी और सभी को अपना आवाज रखने का चांस मिलेगा. With this, I conclude my words.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Member. Yes, Honorable Member Chavi Pundit. Honorable Member Chavi. Honorable Member Chavi Pundit. Honorable Member R. Naga Satvika.
Good evening, Speaker sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity for me to speak. Today, I want to speak about this bill. The 129th Constitutional Amendment Act Bill seeks to implement One Nation, One Election by synchronizing the tenures of the Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies. However, it poses severe risk to India's federal structure, parliamentary accountability, and regional diversity. First of all, on the subversion of Article 368 ratification, the high-level code amendments do not legally require state assembly ratification. However, because the text alters the federal equilibrium of Article 1.
Honorable Member, is your camera off? Please turn on your camera. Yeah, thank you.
Now, sir? Now is
Yes. Continue.
Yes, sir. However, because the text alters the federal equilibrium of Article 172 and strips state governors of dissolution choices under Article 174, does the government intend to bypass the state assemblies completely? Or will they respect cooperative federalism by seeking formal ratification from at least half of the state legislatures under Article 368 Clause 2? And secondly, on the concerns and the Joint Parliamentary Committee status, out of the total political parties and state governments consulted by the high-level committee and the current Joint Parliamentary Committee, how many explicitly opposed or raised reservations against this bill? Can the minister place the exact number of consenting states on the table of this House? And thirdly, Madam, Sir, newly elected state assembly collapses within 12 months under the proposed Article 82A. Its subsequent midterm election will only be for a truncated reminder term. Can the minister explain if we are preserving an elected house of the sovereign public, or are we converting our state legislative assemblies into time-bound, prepaid, digital coupons that expire at New Delhi's logistical convenience? And fourthly, on swapping digital accountability for executive autocracy, the architects of our constitution explicitly prioritized digital accountability over fixed presidential stability by building an unbreakable 5-year legislative container through altering Articles 83 and 172. I repeat, Articles 83 and 172. This government attempting to reform the electoral process, or are they subtly shielding an unpopular executive from facing a no confidence motion?
Honorable member, please conclude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm concluding. So, what I want to say, I am opposing this bill, sir. I want this accountability and answers for my questions on this house.
Thank you. Yes, point of information has been raised against your speech. First, Honorable Member Nyasa Ranjan Singh.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir. So I want to raise, apart from the point of information, I also want to raise a parliamentary inquiry.
Yes.
So I'm not very sure at what ma'am was speaking in the first half of her speech. She, I think, misspelled some articles as well. So would she, will it be possible that she speaks it again for the clarification?
Yes, Honorable Member, just repeat that line.
I want.
Okay, first question related to first question, right? On the subversion of Article 368 federal ratification. Is it right, Nyasa Ranjan Singh, ma'am?
Okay, ma'am, sure. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your vigilance. And now I'll move ahead to the point of information. So, ma'am, you mentioned, Honorable Speaker, sir, ma'am rightly mentioned about some high committee reports by our then President of India. She also talked about certain law commission reports, 2018 precisely, if I'm not wrong. Ma'am, if you actually look in those law commission reports and those high commission reports, you will find that there are certain states which will have categorically mentioned that they appreciate this idea of the simultaneous elections. And how can you say that will be, I don't know, some allegations like federalism ko harm ho jayega, so what are the center-state relations? I don't understand what this idea. Also, ma'am, just to tell you, have you read even about S.R. Bomai case? S.R. Bomai case categorically mentioned, the Honorable Supreme Court categorically mentioned that the Indian structure, the Indian federalism is not something inspired from the US. Okay, you didn't read the case. You must have heard my speech. I also categorically mentioned about it. I talked about that we have a unitary federalism there as well. There are certain articles which also mention that sometimes what happened, there are quasi-federal structures are there. We talk about the single citizenship, then the unified judiciary, and so on and so forth. Ma'am, before coming up, Honorable Speaker, sir, I would like to highlight this very clearly that before coming up with certain committee reports that are well researched upon, please use your research capabilities.
Thank you,
as well
Honorable
on
Member.
that.
Yes, thank you,
Thank
Honorable
you so much,
Member.
sir.
Yeah. Yes, Honorable Member Shreya Mukherjee.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the chance. So, my question to the Honorable Member would be: are we debating constitutional principles today, or are we just wrapping political disagreements in constitutional packaging? Because I think the word unconstitutional is just becoming today's favorite adjective for the opposition.
Sir, can I give a reply on that?
Short 10 seconds.
Shreya ma'am, definitely we are not just talking about the some constitutional thing that you told. Constitutional principles and the policies will be included in whatever a speech that she was given. You cannot separate it like that.
थैंक यू ऑनरेबल मेंबर. सदन की कार्यवाही को अभी हमें आगे बढ़ाना होगा. ऑनरेबल मेंबर ओनली शिवानी.
So which
There are 3 Shivanis names are given. 2 are only Shivani. So anyone only Shivani can speak first, then
Yes,
second only Shivani can, and then Shivani
Sir.
Gupta can speak here.
Sir, parliamentary inquiry. I mean, sir, there are 3 different names. One is Shivani Gupta, that's me. Shivani Kumari, and one more is just Shivani. So
Okay,
3
just
different
Shivani,
names.
you can speak.
Okay.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. forgive one nation, one election bill. Sir, government's investment in the voice of people. India is not just one political narrative. It is the union of diverse state, culture, and regional aspects. If national and state elections are held together, national of state. Second, but keep government accountable or dissatisfaction at different level. If election happen only once 5 years, the democratic accountability reduce. Finally, the local body election will still have to be held within about 100 days of general and state election. So the question is this one nation, one election or one nation, two election? Speaker sir, I would conclude my speech by saying सत्ता से बड़ा संविधान नहीं और संविधान से बड़ी कोई सरकार नहीं लोकतंत्र जिंदाबाद जय हिंद जय भारत
धन्यवाद माननीय सदस्य ऑनर yes yes Anishka who has parliamentary inquiry first I'll take that
Sir, it's Siya Nimkar.
हाँ yes
Sir, I guess अभी जो ऑनरेबल मेंबर ने स्पीच दिया, थैंक यू फॉर अलाउइंग मी फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल. उन्होंने जो स्पीच दिया उसमें आखिर में जो लाइन उन्होंने बोली उसमें शायद उन्होंने ऐसा बोला कि सत्ता से ऊपर कोई संविधान नहीं. I guess I have misheard that. Could you kindly allow her to repeat those lines?
okay honorable member yes शिवानी
सत्ता से
Yeah.
हाँ जी सर सत्ता से बड़ा संविधान है और संविधान से बड़ा कोई सरकार नहीं लोकतंत्र जिंदाबाद जय हिंद जय भारत
done
Thank you,
okay
sir.
yes honorable member Anishka Saini
Thank you for the privilege, sir. My point of information for the opposition is that the simultaneous elections were held successfully from 1952 to 1967, then why does the opposition suddenly consider this as anti-democratic today?
okay thank you honorable member Shreya Mukherjee
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. With your permission, I would like to respond to one of the things that has been stated by the honorable member, that whether it is one nation, one election or one nation, two elections. So for just her clarification, it is one nation, one election because the proposal applies only to the elections for the Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assembly. For her kind information, local body elections are governed by separate constitutional provisions under parts 9 and 9A and were never part of the proposal. So calling it one nation, two election conflicts two different constitutional frameworks.
okay thank you honorable member Bharti
Sir, can I reply to Anishka Saini? Yes, Anishka Saini question.
point of information में reply करना नहीं है but 5 seconds whatever you want to speak just keep it on the floor of the 5
Yes, sir,
seconds
thank you so much, sir, for having me. Honorable member mentioned that India already followed simultaneous election from 1952 to 1967. I just want to clear that yes, India followed simultaneous election from 1952 to 1967, but the system collapsed when multiple state assemblies were dissolved earlier. Then they were completing their tenure before dissolving. Sorry, before completing their tenure, they were already dissolved. So how can you say that?
ओके थैंक यू ऑनरेबल मेंबर सदन की कार्यवाही को आगे बढ़ाते हैं माननीय सदस्य मेघराज सेन दिग्विजय सेन दक्षेश गोहिल
जी, धन्यवाद महोदय. Am I audible?
yes you start
जी सर, तो मैं प्रथम तो यही कहना चाहूंगा कि हम सब राष्ट्र हित में ही हैं, तो प्रथम तो हम राष्ट्र हित में जो भी स्वीकार होगा हम वही निर्णय करेंगे, तो इसके ऊपर बात को ना लें। क्योंकि जब हमने ये पढ़ा तो हम भी चाहते हैं कि राष्ट्र एक हो, नेक हो, अखंड हो, अक्षुण्ण हो और अभेद्य हो, और श्रेष्ठ नहीं बल्कि अपितु पूरे भारतवर्ष पूरी दुनिया में सर्वश्रेष्ठ हो। लेकिन सर्वश्रेष्ठ होने के लिए हमें चाहिए सर्वाधिक सत्ता, और सर्वाधिक सत्ता मुख्य 4 स्तंभों पर खड़ी है: सत्य, साहस, सामर्थ्य और संतुलन। यहाँ पर सबसे बड़ी समस्या है महोदय, वो है संतुलन। सबसे बड़ी समस्या लोकसभा और सभी राज्यों की विधानसभाओं के कार्यकाल में संतुलन बिठाने की। भारत में अलग अलग राज्यों में चुनाव के चक्र अलग अलग होते हैं। अगर सभी चुनाव एक साथ कराने हो तो कई चुनी हुई राज्य विधानसभाओं को समय से पहले भंग करना पड़ सकता है, पर यहाँ पर उनके कार्यकाल को बढ़ाना पड़ सकता है। दोनों ही विकल्पों में लोकतांत्रिक और संवैधानिक चुनौतियां पैदा हो सकती है। जैसे कि 2026 में आसाम, केरल, पुडुचेरी, तमिलनाडु, पश्चिम बंगाल के चुनाव हो चुके हैं। 2027 में गोवा, मणिपुर, पंजाब, उत्तर प्रदेश, गुजरात और हिमाचल प्रदेश के होंगे, और 2028 में कर्नाटक, मेघालय, त्रिपुरा, नागालैंड, छत्तीसगढ़, मध्य प्रदेश, राजस्थान, तेलंगाना और मिजोरम के होंगे। यदि वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन आता है तो इन राज्यों की जो विधानसभा में जो चुनाव होंगे उन राज्यों का बल चला जाएगा। तो यदि हम तर्क से बात करें तो रण में यदि विजय श्री प्राप्त करनी है तो रथ यानी कि जो हमारा भारत है, उसके ऊपर जो रथी यानी कि हमारी जो जनता जनार्दन है, जो भारतीय है, और उसके अश्व यानी कि जो राज्य है, भारत राज्यों से बनता है। यदि अश्वों में संतुलन नहीं होगा तो हम विजय श्री की तरफ नहीं बढ़ पाएंगे। तो मैं यही कहना चाहूंगा कि संतुलन बढ़ाने की हमें आवश्यकता है, और ज्यादातर हमें कोई आपसे आपत्ति नहीं, लेकिन संतुलन बनाने चाहिए, और कुछ मुद्दे हैं जिन पर जांच करनी चाहिए, जो मैं चाहता हूं कि ये बात स्वीकार्य करें। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
थैंक
अखंड
यू।
हिंद, वंदे मातरम।
धन्यवाद माननीय सदस्य। सदन की कार्यवाही को आगे बढ़ाते हैं ऑनरेबल मेंबर कृषि उन्होंने इसमें पॉइंट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन क्या है, बोलिए।
सर अभी ऑनरेबल स्पीकर, थैंक यू फॉर अलाउइंग मी। अभी ऑनरेबल स्पीकर सर ने भारत के गौरव की बहुत ही ज्यादा बात की एंड भारत की महानता की भी बात की, पर मेरा उनसे सवाल ये है कि क्या उनको ऐसा नहीं लगता कि जो जॉइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी का रिपोर्ट है जिसमें उन्होंने कहा है कि अगर
नो
हम
नो
simultaneous
not
election
considered
में तो
point of
7
no
लाख crore
not
piece-
considered
सर,
not honorable member not considered point of information में उनकी स्पीच में कोई आपको कुछ क्लेरिफिकेशन, बिकॉज यू आर डायरेक्टली आस्किंग हिम अ क्वेश्चन कि आपको नहीं लगता, सो दैट्स व्हाई कांट बी कंसिडर्ड। ऑनरेबल मेंबर श्रेया मुखर्जी।
सर
पॉइंट ऑफ
उन्होंने
इंफॉर्मेशन।
एक मिनट पहले ऑनरेबल मेंबर श्रेया मुखर्जी।
थैंक यू ऑनरेबल स्पीकर। सो माननीय सदस्य से मेरी एक ही क्वेश्चन है कि आपने संतुलन की बात की, लेकिन
अभी
क्या
एक मिनट आप भी संतुलन की बात कर रही है, नॉट कंसिडर्ड। आप
ऑनरेबल
लोग
ऑनरेबल स्पीकर क्वेश्चन खत्म करने दीजिए।
हाँ, मुद्दे पे डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन।
हाँ, उन्होंने अपने स्पीच में संतुलन की बात की है, तो मैं यही पूछना चाहूंगी कि बार बार मतलब लेकिन क्या बार बार जो चुनाव करने वाले मतलब
ओके, थैंक यू ऑनरेबल मेंबर। डन। तो सदन की कार्रवाई आगे बढ़ाए। ऑनरेबल मेंबर कृषि ठक्कर।
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise in support of the 129th Constitution Amendment Bill. Before getting into the benefits of this bill, I would like to inform all the members that this bill is not a new concept for us. It had been there in the past from 1951 to 1968. So my question is that if it can be functioned in the ballot paper era, then why not in the EVM era? Now, I would like to categorically highlight, Honorable Speaker, sir, this bill is not a political fiction that we are tabling today, but a clear manifestation of the ECI 1983 report, LCR 2018, High Level Committee Report 2022, among others. Now, I will talk about the benefits of the bill. That is, additional economic growth rate of 1.6%, as repeated government spending won't be required in funding elections. The total time of conducting elections, where on an average 800 days, are lost in moral code of conduct. So this time it will be then utilized in good governance, policy implementation, and public service, as government officials and teachers will be available in performing their actual tasks. The election process will also be simplified for the common public, which will result in high voter turnout, as the 45 crore migrant laborers, as per 2011 census, work far away from their hometown. Hence, the simultaneous election is convenient for them, as they don't need to travel back and forth to vote, which removes their financial burden and allows them to maintain continuous employment without having to reportedly beg employers for leave. Last but not the least, I would like to mention that Sikkim, Andhra Pradesh, and Odisha held their state election along with Lok Sabha elections in 2024. In fact, since 2004, Odisha has had a state election along with the national election. I urge everyone to support this bill, as this bill is collectively in everyone's interest,
Thank
including
you.
all the political parties. Jai Hind, Bharat Mata ki Jai.
Honorable Member Shivani Kumari, 10
भारत
seconds.
माता की जय.
भारत माता की जय.
Honorable Member Shivani Kumari, 10 seconds.
Thank you, sir, for allowing me to speak. As I want to raise point of information. Yeah, thank you. Like just the speaker said about the migrant laborers, I want to ask the government that are they sure enough to provide the migrant laborers with good transportation? As I hail from Bihar, we don't even get a transportation in normal times. And when the simultaneously elections will be held, how
Honorable-
are they going to ensure proper transportation for the migrant laborers?
Yes,
Sir,
Honorable
point
Member.
of parliamentary
Yeah,
inquiry.
I will allow.
और ये सिर्फ वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन लोगों की भलाई को एक ठुकराने का तरीका है.
Yes, Honorable Member Bharti, supplementary allowed.
Thank you, Speaker, sir. मैं ऑनरेबल मेंबर को क्लियर कर दूं, इट्स नॉट अबाउट पॉलिटिकल एजेंडा कि किसकी पार्टी थी या किसकी नहीं थी. आप खुद देखिए कि पहले क्या सिचुएशन थी हमारे इंडिपेंडेंस के बाद और अब क्या सिचुएशन है. तो पहले ये फ्लॉज जो थे वो अभी भी चांसेस हैं कि वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन लाने के बाद अभी भी वो फ्लॉज रिपीट होंगे. एंड देयर आर हाई चांसेस, देयर आर हाई रिस्क टू रिपीट दिस.
Thank you.
सर मैं आंसर करूं.
Sir,
10
sir,
seconds.
point of parliamentary inquiry.
Yes, one inquiry.
सर रूलिंग के किसी मेंबर ने हमारे ऑपोजिशन के मेंबर को कुछ वॉइस नोट भेजा है. आई डोंट नो रिगार्डिंग व्हाट. सर अगर ऐसा कुछ मतलब कन्वे करना चाहते हैं तो आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट कि डायरेक्टली मुझे भेजें, ना कि किसी और मेरे मेंबर का, मतलब ऑपोजिशन मेंबर को.
Okay, so is that voice message harming any dignity of any personal member?
नहीं सर, नहीं
नहीं ना?
नहीं सर, it needs नहीं सर, no nothing.
Yeah, okay, noted. Yes, honorable member कैवल्य था.
सर मैं आंसर करूं. सर मैंने
Yes.
मेरे स्पीचेस में पहले ही बोला है कि हम सेमिनार्स कंडक्ट करेंगे और पहले भी हमने ऐसे सेमिनार्स कंडक्ट किए. जब तक ये सेमिनार्स अच्छे से नहीं होंगे हम तब तक ये रूल अप्लाई होने नहीं देंगे. इसलिए मैंने पहले ही कहा कि हमें किसी नगर पालिका में किसको वोट देना चाहिए. हमें ऐसा नहीं कि एक दिन इलेक्शन में गए तो सभी एक ही पार्टी को वोट दे. नहीं, आपको देखना है कि आपके लिए कौन डेवलपमेंट कर रहा है. आपकी जगह आपके राज्य में और आपके देश में कौन
Yes.
अच्छा डेवलपमेंट कर सकता है.
Yes, member, please conclude. Honorable member Yurajan, 10 seconds.
Honorable Speaker, one nation, one election, how it will help voter turnout, it will increase voter turnout, voter voting numbers. How it means, if election will happen Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha like currently is happening two times, once for MP, once for MLA. That times other state working people or other country working people will come and vote for, mostly vote. Some people will vote for one election, some people will not vote for another one. If someone Lok Sabha will vote,
Member, please
someone
please conclude.
Rajya Sabha will vote, and it will increase the voter turnout.
सर ये
One
क्वेश्चन ही
nation, one
पहली
election,
बात
it
तो
means
क्लियर नहीं है. सर
Yeah,
मैं
एक
माननीय
मिनट.
को बोलना चाहता हूँ कि प्लीज क्वेश्चन
समय
क्लियर कीजिए.
समय का ये है बंधन है. एक मिनट. ऑनरेबल मेंबर सौम्या पांडे. then Shrikant Sangvikar, last 10 second statements.
सर प्लीज उनको बोलिए, आप अगर हमें क्वेश्चन अच्छे से कन्वे कर सकते तो प्लीज कीजिए, क्योंकि वो क्वेश्चन बहुत चंक्स में डिवाइड हुआ है।
Honorable, 1 minute. Honorable member, you can write in the chat box, please. You Rajan, please write in the chat box.
माननीय स्पीकर महोदय, यहाँ पर मैं एक बात पॉइंट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन से रेज करना चाहती हूँ। यहाँ पे इन लोगों ने लूपहोल्स की बात की है, तो मुझे ये बताया जाए कि जब अगर ये बिल आया नहीं, ठीक है, तो मुझे ये बताइए कि क्या ये लोग चाहते नहीं है क्या कि जो ये लोग प्रेसिडेंशियल रूल की मांग करते रहते हैं। जैसे आप गुजरात का एग्जांपल उठा करके देख लीजिए, 2002 में जब गुजरात में हम पार्टी सरकार बीजेपी की थी, तो जानबूझ करके प्रेसिडेंशियल रूल लगाने की आड़ में जो किया जा रहा था, वो सारी चीजों को यहाँ पर टैकल किया गया है। तो मेरी ये नहीं समझ में आता कि इसमें लूप होल्स कौन से हैं जो इनके हिसाब से रह गए हैं, तो ये बताएं क्लियरली। सबसे बड़ा लूप
लूप
होल तो पहले यही होता
सर
था कि
क्या मैं
लूप होल तो
अ,
इमरजेंसी था, इमरजेंसी लूप होल
नहीं,
इमरजेंसी था,
इमरजेंसी का
नहीं, बैठ
इसके
जाइए,
बाद
बैठ
का
जाइए,
सबसे बड़ा
गरिमा
लूप होल
बनाए
लूप
देखिए
होल
ना।
इमरजेंसी था।
ऑनरेबल मेंबर, बैठ जाइए, बैठ जाइए.
लूप होल
सर
इमरजेंसी
क्या
तो
मैं
था ही,
आंसर कर
25
सकती
जून
हूँ?
का काला दिवस क्यों मनाया गया? इसीलिए तो मनाते हैं ना हम भारत में 25 जून को
शेम
डेडिकेटेड
शेम
डे।
ऑन देम, शेम शेम।
Maintain the
क्या
decorum
मैं
of the
आंसर
house,
कर
honorable
सकती हूँ सर,
members.
स्पीकर सर?
मैं
1
ही
minute.
संसद हूँ, कुछ चलिए ठीक है। इसके बाद के
Honorable
पहलू
member
पर
Soumya, please conclude, please conclude.
बस जवाब है। जहां पर असेंबली डिसोल्यूशन की बात नहीं है, तो वहां प्रेसिडेंशियल रूल लगाने की अर्ज लोकसभा जैसी जगह पर उठाना, ताकि उसकी आड़ में अपनी मनमानी चलाई जा सके।
Honorable,
क्या ये लोग
thank you.
करने वाली बात है?
Honorable member Shrikant Sangvikar, 10 seconds.
थैंक यू स्पीकर। माननीय
सर
सदस्य
सर
ने
सर सॉरी सॉरी
Yes,
सॉरी
yes.
श्रीकांत, सर आपने इनको रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं किया था मेरे स्पीच के टाइम, क्या ये पीओआई है कि स्पीच है उनका?
Speech है, speech. Oh, sorry, POI है.
सर पर इन्हें तो आपने स्टार्टिंग में रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं किया था।
I recognize, मैंने 2 नाम लिए थे, युवराजन और श्रीकांत सांगवीकर. I remember. युवराजन एंड श्रीकांत सांगवीकर, ऐसे 2 names.
ओके सर।
Yeah. Yes, honorable member श्रीकांत सांगवीकर.
थैंक यू स्पीकर। तो ऑनरेबल मेंबर कैवल्य जी ने स्पीच तो काफी अच्छा दिया, लेकिन उनकी लेटर और स्पिरिट में अभी जो उनकी रूलिंग पार्टी काम कर रही है, वो बहुत ही उनमें डिफरेंस पाया जा सकता है। जैसे कि उन्होंने कहा कि रूल्स की बात की उन्होंने कि भी रूल्स वगैरह होने चाहिए। तो हम ये मैं बताना चाहता हूँ कि 2019 के इलेक्शन में जैसे प्रधान जी ने पुलवामा अटैक के ऊपर जो शहीद हुए थे, उनके नाम पे वोट मांगे। अब ये जो वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन होता है, और ऐसे ही कुछ स्यूडो नेशनलिज्म टाइप की अगर प्रधान जी लेवल का कोई नेता बात करता है, तो इसमें
Member,
मैनिपुलेशन
conclude.
मैनिपुलेशन हो सकता है। ऊपर से उन्होंने रिलीजन हिंदुत्व का भी बहुत उठाया।
Member, conclude.
सर ये ब्रीच हो रहा है सर।
Member, you can't proceed ahead with it.
कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट का ब्रीच है टोटली। तो फिर ऐसे अगर उन्हें लाना ही है, तो उन्हें अपने एक्ट से, अपने एक्शन से बताना चाहिए कि ये वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन कि इनके रूलिंग में हो सकता है। थैंक यू।
Honorable members, just a minute. Honorable members, since very few speakers are remaining, and we need to give your time for the parliamentary committee meeting. Okay, so that's why whoever speakers are remaining now, during their speech time, no POIs or point of orders will be considered. They will be going on one flow. Remaining speakers.
Speaker sir, just can I get 5 seconds to address to Soumya ma'am's question? Just 5 seconds, sir.
चैट बॉक्स में आप लिख दीजिए, टाइम सच में कम, अदरवाइज लिंक विल एक्सपायर. दैट्स ऑल.
यस सर, शुड आई आंसर?
ऑनरेबल, चैट बॉक्स, बिकॉज लिंक विल एक्सपायर आफ्टर.
ओके सर.
या
सर प्लीज आप ये याद रखिए कि उन्होंने
Honorable
धर्म को बीच में लाया बस।
मैंने उनको तभी टोक दिया ना, तभी बात आगे नहीं.
सर हमारे टाइम तो स्पीच ही
Honorable-
एक्सपांड कर दी थी बाहर से।
हिंदुत्व बोला भी, हिंदुत्व के आगे बढ़ते तो डेफिनेटली एक्सपांड क्या उनको डांट देता इधर ही. हिंदुत्व बोला, हिंदुत्व के आगे नहीं बढ़ा. ऑन रिकॉर्ड है, रिकॉर्ड की क्लिपिंग भी दे दूंगा आप लोगों को. रिकॉर्ड कर. Okay.
ओके सर.
Yeah. Honorable member रौनक मेहता आपने बोला है. Honorable member रौनक मेहता ने बोला है. Honorable member नहीं, I think it's not there also. Honorable member चैतन्य विश्वामित्रा DA.
The Honorable Speaker, thank you for
सर नहीं
allowing me.
बोला है सर.
क्या?
नहीं बोला है सर.
ओके, उनके बाद में आप बोल लीजिए. यस, ऑनरेबल मेंबर चैतन्य विश्वामित्र.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir. I raised to speak on the Constitutional 129th Amendment Bill, so which insert Article 82A and amends the Article 83, 172, and 327. Sir, I want. So there will be one main election cycle. If the house is dissolved early, the next house may not get the fresh full year term, sir. Instead, it may only serve the remaining part of the common cycle. This will be the main and the real constitutional shift, sir. And an elected house should not be punished for timing of another's house dissolution, sir. And also, Honorable Speaker, sir, I want to speak on the no confidence. Sir, a new government may not have enough time to govern meaningfully, and also parties may avoid the no confidence motion because the benefit is reduced as well. Sir, this bill does not synchronize elections. It weakens the incentive structure of parliamentary accountability, sir. And also it gives too much importance on the election timing over the election tenure, sir.
मेंबर
Sir,
शॉर्ट
this-
टाइम की कमी है, इसलिए 1 मिनट से कम ही रखे तो स्पीच अच्छा है.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Sir, basically this bill protects the calendar first, but the constitution protects the mandates, sir, not the calendar. And I want to bring a note on Article 75 with subclause 3, sir. I'll conclude, sir. I'll conclude.
Yeah,
So
fine.
where the parliamentary accountability is destroyed in this bill, sir. So, sir, the Council of Ministers shall collectively responsible to the House of People, the entire soul of parliamentary democracy, where here this bill clearly says that.
Yes, member.
Sir,
Thank
after-
you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir,
Thank
just
you.
kindly give me just 10 seconds, sir.
But
Just 10
time
seconds.
link meeting link is not allowing me to give time. 4 minutes are left. I have to
Just
cover
10
other
seconds, sir.
other speakers.
Okay, okay, sir. Which party motion?
No,
which party
no.
will allow
Conclude.
confidence motions?
Honorable member रौनक मेहता. और रौनक मेहता जी, प्लीज 1 मिनट के अंदर कंप्लीट करने का टाइम कीजिए, जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. आदरणीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, राष्ट्रप्रथम वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन. Today, I rise to support the 129th Constitution Amendment Bill 2024 and to remind the Congress Party that the governance is full-time duty, not a part-time election campaign. Opposition wants to keep this nation trapped in an endless maze of polls, but our slogan is clear. बार बार चुनाव से मुक्ति, बार बार चुनाव से मुक्ति, देश के विकास को गति. अध्यक्ष महोदय, look at the deep structural incentives of this historic reform. Continuous election forced the country into an economic lockdown through the model code of the conduct. Important welfare schemes for the poor get delayed. General administration stalls, and our school teachers and security forces are pulled away from their core duty, month after month. Through Article 82A and the Article 83 and 172, we are fixing this broken wheel. We are giving India fiscal discipline, governance continuity, and an environmental that boosts investors' confidence for a Viksit Bharat. This bill
Yes.
saves thousands of crores of taxpayer. Therefore, एक देश एक संकल्प प्रगति का यही विकल्प. I urge the House of Opposition to reject the obstructionity against the bill and let us pass 129th Amendment and give future generation a stable, powerful,
Thank
and
you.
progressive India. जय हिंद,
Thank
जय
you.
भारत,
Thank
धन्यवाद.
you, honorable
जय
member.
हिंद, जय भारत.
Honorable member Siya Nimkar, within 1 minute.
Thank you, sir, for allowing me. Honorable Speaker, today I rise in support of One Nation, One Election, not as a slogan, but as a serious idea for a more disciplined democracy. India is a large, diverse, and energetic democracy. But when elections happen again and again, the nation keeps shifting into campaign mode. And when that happens, governance takes a backseat. Development slows down, attention gets divided, and the administration is constantly pulled in different directions. One nation, one election means more than convenience. It means a stronger rhythm of governance. It means fewer disruptions, clearer mandates, and better use of time and resources. It means elected governments can spend less time preparing for the next election and more time delivering results. The Joint Parliamentary Committee on One Nation, One Election held that simultaneous polls could save nearly 7 lakh crore rupees and boost GDP growth by up to 1.6%. The Law Commission Report of India, 170th report of 1999, also recommends and emphasizes on the same. This is not about any region, any community, or any party. It is about a national framework that gives our democracy more order and less disorder, more clarity and less confusion. That is why I support this bill. We must
Okay,
think beyond immediate comfort and look at
thank you, honorable member. Just 30
convenience,
seconds
not
are remaining.
and long-term progress. One nation, one election is a step
On-
towards a focused, more
On-
stable, and more India. जनता का
Honorable-
समय विकास से आगे बढ़ो. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Yes, honorable members, the House will meet again within 5 minutes. Thank you.
Appear in the assembly, keeping the exact perspective and the motto of the bill. I would like to take a shift on the topic that our government is focused upon, along with the other manifestos. That is the ease of doing business. Honorable Speaker, we are focused on ease of doing business. Now, if you are thinking that how one nation, one election is directly linked with this, then I would like to highlight that the GDP gets affected with frequent elections. Business decision makings बहुत ज्यादा अफेक्ट होते हैं इस चीज से. अगर हम फ्रीक्वेंट इलेक्शंस कराते रहेंगे तो बिजनेस अफेक्ट होंगे तो देश की जीडीपी में बहुत ज्यादा इंस्टेबिलिटी आएगी. डिसीजन स्टैंड होल्ड पर चले जाते हैं. कई सारी पॉलिसीज बिजनेस की नहीं बन पाती हैं. अगर हम एक स्टेबल गवर्नमेंट बनाकर नहीं विश्व में उभरेंगे तो हम कैसे लोगों को इस चीज के लिए इनवाइट करें कि वो आए हमारे साथ ग्लोबल लेवल कोलैबोरेशंस करें, हम लोग टेक्नोलॉजी और काफी सारे क्षेत्रों में आगे बढ़े. जिस आप एग्जाम्पल उठा के बिहार का देख लीजिए, वहां पर आईटी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, कंपनीज वहां पर सेटअप नहीं करती अपने आप को. क्यों? क्योंकि वहां पर जंगल राज रहा है या वहां पर बहुत इनस्टेबल गवर्नमेंट रही है. अगर इसी तरीके से असेंबली डिसोल्यूशंस चलते रहे, असेंबली लेवल पे चीजें नहीं ठीक हुई, सेंट्रल लेवल पे तो चलिए किसी भी तरह कंट्रोल्ड है, लेकिन आप एक बात बताइए, अगर असेंबली के टाइम पर ये नहीं रही कंट्रोल, तो हम लोग कैसे अपनी ग्रोथ इनिशिएटिव्स को अलाउ करेंगे. अब यहाँ पर मैं एक इम्पॉर्टेंट मुद्दा उठाती हूँ, ग्लोबल कैपेबिलिटी सेंटर्स का. स्पीकर महोदय, आज हमारा देश ग्लोबल कैपेबिलिटी सेंटर में एक उभरता हुआ कंट्री है. कई सारे, इसका ये मतलब है कि कई सारे कंपनीज ने, इंटरनेशनल कंपनीज ने, मल्टीनेशनल कंपनीज ने अपने हेडक्वार्टर्स को भारत में लाने का जो एक प्रक्रिया शुरू किया है. अगर हमने उनको एक स्टेबल गवर्नमेंट की बहुत बड़ी रोल होती है सर इस चीज में. अगर हम स्टेबल गवर्नमेंट ही नहीं देंगे तो हम पे भरोसा कैसे करेंगी कंपनियां, हम पे भरोसा कैसे करेंगे, ये ग्लोबलाइजेशन कैसे बनेंगे स्पीकर सर. इसीलिए इस बिल का आना अति महत्वपूर्ण है, अति आवश्यक है. जय संविधान, जय हिंद, जय भारत, संघ शक्ति युगे युगे. आई रिपीट स्पीकर महोदय, संघ शक्ति युगे युगे. अगर हमें
संघ शक्ति युगे युगे.
कंधा मिलाकर चलना है तो एक स्थिर सरकार के द्वारा ही यह संभव है.
बैठ जाइए, सदन की गरिमा बनाए रखें.
बहुत बड़ी चीज है, भरोसे की
ऑनरेबल मेंबर सानिका गोखले. Honorable member Sanika Gokhale, yes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, sir. One nation, one election may sound like an efficient reform, लेकिन लोकतंत्र की खूबसूरती एक रूपता में नहीं, विविधता में है. भारत की पहचान एक स्वर में नहीं, अनेक स्वरों के संगम में है. Imagine a farmer entering a polling booth. He wants to vote on irrigation, MSP, and electricity. A parent hopes for better schools for their child, and a young graduate seeks opportunities in their own state. Yet, every rally and every headline is about national security and who should form the union government. क्या उनकी अपनी आवाज सुनी जाएगी या वह राष्ट्रीय शोर में कहीं दब जाएगी? The 2018 draft report on simultaneous elections of the Law Commission of India, while recording stakeholders' concerns, noted that simultaneous elections may suppress local and regional issues and persuade voters to support the same party for parliament and the state assembly. एक राष्ट्र का अर्थ एक विचार नहीं होता. भारत की शक्ति उसकी विविध आवाजों में है. We oppose not because we resist reform, but because reform must strengthen democracy, not merely simplify administration. One election may produce one narrative, but India needs many voices.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Members, I already said point of informations are not allowed because of lack of time. But if it is very, very serious, then only the members can interrupt directly. Otherwise, because of the time constraints, POIs are not allowed as of now. Honorable Member Sai, Honorable Member Sai. Sai Praneeth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, yes. Yes, member, please. Hurry. Member, आपका आवाज बिल्कुल नहीं आ रहा. Your voice is not audible at all.
Since independence, over 400 elections to the LS and state legislative assemblies have showcased ECI's commitment towards the fairness and transparencies of these elections. However, the fragmented and frequent nature of elections has sparked discussions on one nation, one election, also known as simultaneous election. This one nation, one elections can curtail many benefits, such as it will reduce the amount which is dedicated to the elections, and it can be helpful to for the interrupt and to conduct these elections, and it can be beneficial to the our democracy. And thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Member Anjali Rathi.
Speaker sir, just wanted to confirm, did you call my name in between because it was a bit late? I joined.
No, not yet. Honorable, I called Anjali Rathi. Anjali Rathi. If she is there. Anjali is there? Not there. Honorable Member Chavi, you want to give your speech? Okay, then we can proceed. ओके, तो सदन की कार्यवाही को अब हम आगे बढ़ाते हैं.
Sir, can I?
Just now I asked, right, कि आपको स्पीच देना है. Okay, please just within 1 minute continue.
एक राष्ट्र एक चुनाव सुनने में विचार बहुत अच्छा लगता है, परंतु महोदय हर चमकती हुई चीज सोना नहीं होती. My dear members of the House, one nation, one election might be seen practical in the theories, but in real life it looks perfect but makes no sense. Because how can we choose a local MLA and Prime Minister on the same day with same vote? While one is talking about the nuclear policy and other drainage issues in your colony, और उस समय चाहे किसी भी पार्टी की सरकार बने, क्योंकि एमएलए उसका होगा, कॉर्पोरेटर उसका होगा, मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट उसका होगा, तो क्या वो पार्टी की तरफ से तानाशाही नहीं की जा सकती? एंड अनदर पॉइंट, supporters are saying that इससे होगी cost saving and cost saving. I agree. I definitely agree that there will be reduction in cost but at what cost? What gonna be safe if we compromise our country, tribe, and diversity? भारत का उद्देश्य एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत. But Bharat is श्रेष्ठ because of its diversity, and we need to protect it. And at last, I just conclude myself by saying, यह नेताओं के लिए हीरा है कोयलों के भंडारों में, और सरकार की जवाबदेहिता खत्म हो जाएगी इन एक चुनावी पुकारों में. क्षेत्रीय मुद्दे दब जाएंगे राष्ट्रीय मुद्दों के भारों में. इसीलिए कहती हूँ, एक राष्ट्र एक चुनाव, तुम मत बेचो दरबारों में. एक राष्ट्र एक चुनाव, तुम मत बेचो दरबारों में. थैंक यू.
जी धन्यवाद माननीय सदस्यगण. Honorable members, since we have concluded the speakers list which was submitted to the secretary, leader of opposition will be allowing you before the voting to speak directly. Okay. So honorable member, since all the members have gave their statements and remarks in front of the house. Now, honorable members, our democracy becomes strong when the policy is strong, not ruling or the opposition. That time a democracy and a policy can become strong. Today, as the member of parliament in the Council of Digital Yuva Sansad, there should be a historic moment when the policy will be shaped by the concerns of both ruling and opposition. Although, however, we know that the last 2 days, the two bills failed to secure the 2/3 majority. But this is the clear message to the bureaucrats as well as the politicians and neta mantris of real democratic India that if you want to shape the policy, सबका साथ होना चाहिए, तभी सबका विकास एक्चुअल में हो पाएगा रियल गवर्नेंस में. तो ये आज एक मिसाल बने डिजिटल युवा संसद के फ्लोर से, जब एक भी ऐसा बिल जिसमें एक स्वर से सभी माननीय सदस्य इसके ऊपर मतदान करें और वो सच में बिल पूरे देश के द्वारा एक्सेप्टेबल हो. माननीय सदस्यगण, लेजिस्लेटिव बिजनेस. माननीय सदस्यगण, लेजिस्लेटिव बिजनेस इस सदन का बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण भाग है. द लेजिस्लेटिव बिजनेस एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण भाग है. ठीक है, तो सभी सदस्य अगर मतदान करना चाहेंगे तो कृपया अपना कैमरा ऑन ही रखें पूरे समय. धन्यवाद. माननीय सदस्यगण, सदन को जब नेता प्रतिपक्ष और सत्ता पक्ष से बातचीत हुई कल, तब सदन ने ये डिसाइड किया है कि मतदान जो होगा, that the voting will happen through our special electronic voting system only. But however, all the members are requested still to be present in the meeting. Thank you. As this is a constitutional amendment bill, 2/3 majority is required to be passed from the House. Thank you. Since the concluding remark of the leader of opposition was remaining, we will allow the leader of opposition, then we will allow concerned minister, if any, will be replying on the discussion to reply on the debate. Honorable leader of opposition.
जी सर. माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, थैंक यू फॉर रिकॉग्निशन. मैं यही कहना चाहती हूँ, ऑन 26th of November 1949 द आर्किटेक्ट ऑफ आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, जैसे कि आप सभी को पता है, डॉक्टर बी आर अम्बेडकर जी stood in this very house and then drafted the constitution. और बाबा साहेब built this constitution so that every state would have a voice, every community would have that representation. And India being a diverse and rich in culture traditions, he wanted it to construct in such a way that there will be 5 years elections. I mean, there'll be elections conducted every 5 years. But the ruling is trying to completely take away that bill. And then today's government has introduced this bill that cuts away the very root of the constitution. The bill is very unconstitutional, and I would just want to say that the bill is not pragmatic. It is not practical. It is more of a political strategy designed to just distract all the citizens citizens from unemployment और inflation, जो भी सारे problems हो रहे हैं उन सब पर distract करने के लिए ये कुछ लाया गया. And then मैं ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि इंडिया इज अ फेडरल नेशन, जैसे कि आप सबको पता है. व्हेन द एंटायर कंट्री वोट्स एट वंस, नेशनल रिलेटिव्स विल गो डाउन ऑन द रीजनल पार्ट. द फार्मर्स ऑफ तमिलनाडु और the many people like maybe the fishermen of Kerala, all these people, their voices will be swallowed by a singular national level. So under the research in published in 2025, it confirms that simultaneous elections dramatically increase the probability of single party sweeps. I want to address the main issue of the bill. What happens when a state government fails in a midterm? Under this bill, a newly elected assembly will serve only the remaining time of the Lok Sabha term and not the full 5 years. So if the government fails, suppose in 3 years, now the new government will serve only for 2 years. जो भी मुद्दा लाना चाहते हैं नया गवर्नमेंट, वो कंप्लीट ही नहीं हो पाता. This is one thing I want to address. And also upon the money claims, the government claims the one nation one elections will save money, but then I want to address it that I've already told this thing, but then again there'll be additional warehouses that will be requiring to store the machines. There'll be more number of people that will be required for security purposes, more number of bureaucrats, and then to replace all the 2013 or 14 EVM machines, there'll be more additional costs that will be requiring, and it will take more 5 to 6 years for all the amendments, 18 additional amendments that is required to pass this bill, 18 additional amendments. All that will require a lot of time, and it is very time consuming with that reason. The one nation one election might reduce the time if we do it in one day, but then the pre-preparation that is required to pass this bill, that will require more number of much more time is what I want to say. And then there are few countries who have implemented this one nation one election, that is Indonesia. Yes, sir. Indonesia had held simultaneous elections for the very first time in 2019, and it resulted with the death of over 894 election officers due to sheer exhaustion from managing the simultaneous polls across 800 plus languages and thousands of islands. So this could also be a point to be considered, because in India, as I mentioned, it is a diverse country, lot of languages, lot of religions, lot of diversification that we can see. It will be difficult for everyone to manage it at the very same time. And one solution that I want to give is Germany's. Yes, sir. So the solution that I want to propose is they can take up the Germany's constructive vote of no confidence, and then the Sweden's 3-tier staggered synchronization. They can do this, and also if they really want to bring up the one nation one election, they can set up 2 EVM machines in the same room at the same time, so that one will be for the Lok Sabha and one will be for the other legislative state assemblies, so that the person can attempt, the vote for one EVM for the state legislators, and then again go for the second EVM, which will be for the Lok Sabha elections. This is one of my recommendations, sir, and this is my final word is that final word, sir. Final word. When you can change the state elections to the center, when you strip the regional parties of with their strength, when you break the fundamental architect of the parliament, you do not build a democracy, but you buy it. That's it, sir.
Thank you, honorable minister. Any honorable minister would like to make a statement? Anyone?
Yes,
honorable minister.
Hello.
Yes, Nitesh. Honorable
Yes,
minister.
I would like to conclude. As I conclude, sir, I would like to remind this August South that this bill is not about politics. It is about the future of India's democracy. सभापति महोदय जी, ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है कि हमने ये बिल आज सोचा और कल इस बिल को टेबल कर दिया. हमने सबसे पहले 1983 में इलेक्शन कमीशन ने अपनी रिपोर्ट में वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन की सिफारिश की थी. उसके बाद में 1999 में 170th लॉ कमीशन की रिपोर्ट में भी इस रिफॉर्म को रिकमेंड किया गया था. इसके बाद हमारे चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर श्री सुशील चंद्र जी ने भी ये कहा था कि वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन कंडक्ट करने के लिए इलेक्शन कमीशन रेडी है, अगर सांसद आवश्यक कानूनी और संवैधानिक संशोधन करें. स्पीकर सर, 16 नवंबर 2020 को केवडिया गुजरात में 80th ऑल इंडिया प्रेसिडिंग ऑफिसर्स कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई थी, जहां पर हमारे प्रधान जी सुयश दुबे जी भी मौजूद थे. उन्होंने भी वहां वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन के ऊपर बहुत चर्चा की, और इस डिस्कशन में स्पीकर सर ही प्रिसाइड कर रहे थे इसको. और स्पीकर सर ने भी इसका समर्थन किया था वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन में। सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं, हमारे एक्स प्रेसिडेंट के अंदर भी एक हाई लेवल कमेटी बिठाई गई थी। इस विषय पर बहुत विचार विमर्श किया गया था और 47 पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज में से 32 पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज ने इस बिल को समर्थन दिया गया था। इसलिए यह कहना बिल्कुल गलत होगा कि ये बिल बिना सोच विचार के लाया गया है। ये बिल दशकों की रिसर्च, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल और एक्सपर्ट रिकमेंडेशन का परिणाम है। इसलिए मैं इस अगस्त हाउस से और विपक्ष से ये विनम्र अनुरोध करता हूँ कि पार्टी पॉलिटिक्स से ऊपर राष्ट्र हित में सोचिए और इस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन 129 अमेंडमेंट वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन को इस सदन में पास किया जाए। थैंक यू सर। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
धन्यवाद। Honorable members, the duplicate voters shall be removed. The process may now begin. The मतदान के लिए सिस्टम जल्द चालू होगा. The process will begin soon. Kindly do not leave the hall. माननीय सदस्यगण, मतदान दर्ज करवाने का लिंक, the portal for voting is now open and is shared. The portal will remain open for 5 minutes and we all will receive it. It is shared. 5 minutes you all will be having to cast your votes through this digital portal. Thank you. All the honorable members within this time kindly keep your cameras on during the clause by clause consideration. Thank you. Ayes 32 and noes 16. With this, I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it, and the One Nation One Election Bill stands passed. Honorable Minister Nitesh Shetty जी कृपया प्रस्ताव करें कि विधेयक पारित हो.
Yes,
Nitesh
sir.
Shetty
Honorable
जी.
Speaker. Yes, sir. Honorable Speaker, I beg that the One Nation One election to be passed.
The question is that the One Nation One Election Bill be passed. All those members in the favor may say aye.
Aye. Aye.
All those
Aye.
against may say no.
Aye.
No.
No, no.
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 Okay, response noted. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is passed. मेरे ख्याल से निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष में हुआ, हाँ वालों के पक्ष में हुआ और एक राष्ट्र एक चुनाव विधेयक पारित हुआ.